Welcome back, Lincoln currency. In the vast world of coins and collectibles, few things capture the imagination quite like a simple copper-colored penny, that humble 1-cent coin that most people overlook, drop on the ground, or ignore in change jars. But what if I told you that a coin you might have once thought worthless, a coin minted in the year 2000, could be hiding a value so enormous that it could change your life forever? Yes, the 1 USA cent from the year 2000, a coin that has a face value of just 1 cent, has turned out to be one of the most mysterious and valuable coins in recent history, with some rare examples said to be worth as much as $75 million. And today, we are going to take you deep into its story, its metal, its design, its errors, its mysteries, its worth, and the secret reasons why collectors are willing to pay fortunes for something that once jingled in pockets unnoticed. The 2000 penny, also called the Lincoln Memorial Cent, may look ordinary to most people, a small round coin with a copper sheen, featuring the familiar face of Abraham Lincoln on one side and the Lincoln Memorial on the other. It was produced in the United States Mint at a time when the penny was still being made mostly of zinc with a thin copper coating, a continuation of the composition that had started back in 1982 when the mint switched from pure copper to a cheaper alloy. Yet, even though the coin looks so simple, so small, and so common, hidden within that simplicity lies a story that few know, a story about precision, metal composition, minting quality, and some mysterious errors that have made certain examples of this coin incredibly rare. Let's start with the very basics. The coin itself weighs about 2.5 grams. That weight may not sound like much, but it tells us something important about the composition. A core made of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper. This thin copper plating gives the penny its traditional color, even though the inside is mostly a lighter, silvery metal. The diameter of the coin is 19.05 millimeters, a size that has remained consistent for decades. The edge of the coin is smooth, without any ridges, giving it that classic penny feel we've all come to know. But within that simple appearance lies the history of an icon. The front of the coin, the obverse, features the portrait of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, who has appeared on the penny since 1909, when the coin was first redesigned to mark the centennial of Lincoln's birth. This particular design was created by Victor David Brenner, a Lithuanian-American sculptor who immortalized Lincoln's face with striking realism. If you look carefully at the base of the coin, near Lincoln's shoulder, you'll find his initials, VDB, a mark that connects every Lincoln cent, including the 2000 issue, to over a century of American minting tradition. Above Lincoln's head reads the phrase, "In God We Trust." To the left is the word, "Liberty," and to the right the date, 2000, sometimes accompanied by a small mint mark like D for Denver, P for Philadelphia, or S for San Francisco, depending on where it was made. Turn the coin over, and you'll see the Lincoln Memorial, a design that was introduced in 1959 to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. This design replaced the earlier, wheat ears, reverse that had been used from 1909 to 1958. On the 2000 penny, the Lincoln Memorial still stands tall, with every column and detail visible, and if you look closely between the central columns, you can even see a tiny engraving of the statue of Lincoln seated inside, one of the smallest yet most detailed designs ever placed on a U.S. coin. Above the memorial is the phrase, "United States of America." Beneath it reads, 1 cent, and arching across the top is the motto, "E pluribus unum," meaning, out of many one. Now, here's where things get fascinating. The year 2000 was a turning point in modern coin production, the dawn of a new millennium, a symbolic year that made even the simplest objects from that time feel special. People collected newspapers, stamps, and yes, even coins marked 2000. But what no one knew at the time was that the 2000 pennies would one day become legends in the numismatic world, not because of their sheer number. Billions were minted, but because of a few extraordinary examples that escaped the mint's quality control with rare and valuable errors. These rare variations are what give the coin its incredible value today. For instance, there are certain 2000 pennies that display a famous error known as the wide AM variety. This refers to the spacing between the letters A and M in the word America on the reverse side. Normally, in pennies made from 1993 onward, the letters A and M are very close together, almost touching. But on a few 2000 pennies, a different reverse design was accidentally used, one meant for proof coins, and this design has a wider gap between the A and the M. The wide AM error is incredibly rare, and collectors pay huge sums to get their hands on one. While most are worth anywhere from a few hundred to a few $1,000s depending on condition, certain high-grade versions certified by grading agencies have fetched tens of thousands of dollars at auction. But that's just the beginning. There are also 2,000 pennies with off-center strikes, double dies, and other unique minting errors that can skyrocket their value. In the world of numismatics, rarity and condition are everything. A coin's worth isn't just about age, it's about how perfectly or imperfectly it was made. For the 2001 cent coin, a perfect uncirculated version with a mirror-like finish can easily reach 4 or 5 figures in the collector's market. But when we talk about the ultra-rare specimens, the ones rumored to be struck on experimental planchets, or those that bear an impossible combination of die varieties, we're talking about valuations that seem unbelievable. One such mythical version of the 2000 penny is said to be worth up to $75 million, a figure that shocks many. But it represents the price that rarity and historical intrigue can command in the world of private collectors. Imagine a penny once thought worthless suddenly becoming the crown jewel of an entire collection, fought over in secret auctions between the world's wealthiest coin investors. Some believe this high valuation is tied to a unique specimen rumored to have been struck on a 24-karat gold experimental planchet, possibly as part of a test minting that never entered general circulation. Whether this particular coin truly exists remains a mystery shrouded in rumor, yet its legend continues to grow, feeding the fascination that surrounds the 2000 penny. Let's take a moment to understand why such extraordinary value can even be attached to something as small as a cent. The first reason lies in the psychology of collecting itself. People love objects that bridge the gap between the ordinary and the extraordinary, everyday items that somehow transcend their purpose. A penny is the smallest unit of American money, but it carries the face of one of the greatest presidents and the mottos that define the nation's spirit. It's both humble and symbolic. When you add a rare variation or an unexplained minting anomaly, suddenly that everyday symbol transforms into a treasure, a one-in-a-billion artifact that tells a story no other coin can. For many people, a penny is just a penny. They might see one lying on the street and walk past it, not realizing that within that tiny circle of metal lies a world of hidden stories and potential fortunes. But to those who understand coins, to the numismatists, the treasure hunters, the passionate collectors, every detail, every line, every imperfection tells a story. The 2001 USA cent is one of those coins whose story continues to expand like ripples in water. It's a story that began more than a century earlier, in 1909, when Abraham Lincoln's image first appeared on the American cent, and it has evolved through countless minting innovations, compositional changes, and historical moments until it reached the year 2000, a symbolic year of transition, when technology met tradition. Imagine the United States Mint in the late 1990s preparing for the turn of the millennium. The Mint, one of the oldest government institutions in America, had been producing coins for over 200 years. As the year 2000 approached, the atmosphere inside those massive production buildings was charged with both pride and precision. Machines worked day and night, stamping billions of new coins for circulation, dimes, nickels, quarters, and of course, the iconic penny. The Lincoln Memorial cent design, which had been in use since 1959, was still being produced with remarkable consistency. But something about the year 2000 issue seemed destined to stand out. Each coin began its life as a small zinc blank, a flat disc of metal cut from giant sheets. These blanks were washed, polished, and prepared for plating. Then, in an electroplating bath, they were coated with a whisper-thin layer of pure copper, just enough to give the coin its reddish appearance. Once coated, the blanks were heated and dried before being funneled into high-speed presses. Inside these colossal machines, dies engraved with Lincoln's face and the Lincoln Memorial struck the coins with immense pressure, producing the crisp details and gleaming finish we associate with a brand new penny. It was a symphony of metal and motion, with millions of coins born each day, but despite the mint's perfectionism, no mechanical process is flawless. Occasionally, dies wear down faster than expected, alignments shift, or metal compositions vary slightly between batches. These minute imperfections are where history hides its treasures. In 2000, certain coins from the Philadelphia and Denver mints were discovered with striking differences in their reverse designs, the now famous wide AM and closed AM varieties. While most pennies from that year featured the closed AM reverse, a small number were struck using a proof die that had the wider spacing. This wasn't supposed to happen. Proof dies were meant for special collector sets, not circulation coins. Yet somehow, they made their way into the production line. It's these accidents that fuel the obsession of collectors. When a collector first discovered the wide AM penny, it sparked a wave of excitement. People began checking their pocket change, searching every penny from 1998 to 2000, hoping to find one of these rare treasures. Some actually did. Stories began to surface of ordinary people who found one in a handful of change and later sold it for thousands of dollars. Suddenly, everyone wanted to learn how to spot a wide AM, the tiny gap between two letters that could mean the difference between 1 cent and 1 car. But the magic of the 2000 penny doesn't end with the wide AM. There are also rumors of coins struck on experimental planchets, possibly using different metals that the mint was testing for future use. During the late 1990s, the mint was exploring ways to reduce production costs and improve durability. Some insiders claimed that a few test pieces, possibly made from aluminum bronze or copper-nickel alloys, were accidentally released into circulation. If any of these 2000-dated test pieces still exist, they would be unimaginably rare, the kind of discovery that could easily justify multi-million-dollar valuations. The coin's face value might be 1 cent, but its symbolic value runs far deeper. Abraham Lincoln's portrait is not just an image, it's a representation of integrity, unity, and sacrifice. His face has watched over American pockets and purses for generations, becoming more than just a monetary icon, it's a piece of identity. Every time someone holds a Lincoln penny, they hold a reminder of the man who led the nation through its darkest times. The 2000 issue continued that legacy into a new century, carrying Lincoln's gaze into an era of digital change and modern uncertainty. And while billions of these coins were minted, only a handful would ever become legends. Think of it like a vast ocean filled with identical drops of water, but somewhere in that sea are a few drops that glimmer differently under the light. Those are the rare ones, the coins that carry errors, varieties, or unique compositions that make them priceless. For collectors, finding one is like catching lightning in a bottle. It's not just about money, it's about being part of a story that very few ever get to tell. Over the years, experts and collectors have documented several major varieties of the 2000 penny. The wide AM, as mentioned, is one of the most famous. Then there's the double die variety, where parts of the design, like the letters in Liberty or the date 2000, appear slightly doubled under magnification, caused by a minor misalignment of the die during engraving. Even a faint doubling can make a coin worth hundreds or thousands, depending on its condition and visibility. Then there are off-center strikes, where the image doesn't land perfectly in the center, creating a crescent of blank metal along one edge. Such coins are visually striking and extremely collectible, especially when the date remains visible. In the quiet corners of coin collections across the world, inside velvet-lined boxes and glass display cases, rest thousands of Lincoln cents, but only a select few from the year 2000 are surrounded by whispers of mystery and unimaginable worth. Every serious numismatist, every hobbyist who's ever sifted through a roll of pennies, dreams of uncovering one of those rare pieces. It's a dream built on hope, precision, and the unshakable belief that hidden treasures still exist in the most ordinary places. To understand the fascination with the 2000 penny, one must first appreciate the power of detail, the way a single mint mark or spacing difference can elevate a coin from pocket change to priceless artifact. Coins, after all, are miniature sculptures, every one of them an artwork in metal. And the Lincoln Memorial Cent, particularly the issue of the year 2000, stands as one of the final chapters in a long and distinguished artistic lineage that began with Victor David Brenner's original 1909 portrait. His design has survived wars, recessions, and economic revolutions, yet its fundamental message, of resilience and unity, remains untouched. By 2000, the Lincoln Cent had already been circulating for over 9 decades. The U.S. Mint continued producing it in huge numbers, over 14 billion pennies that year alone. Yet, amid this ocean of identical coins, a few anomalies slipped through, a handful of wide AM errors, some off-metal strikes, and perhaps 1 or 2 legendary prototypes. Each anomaly is a story frozen in time, a fingerprint of human imperfection in an otherwise mechanical process. When a coin collector examines a 2000 penny under a magnifying lens, they don't just see metal, they see history. The texture of the copper plating, the depth of the strike, the luster under the light, each tells a silent tale. Some coins shine brilliantly with their original red tone, others have turned brown from oxidation, and some shimmer with rainbow-like toning that gives them a cosmic beauty. But what truly ignites a collector's heart is when they notice that one subtle difference, that wider spacing between the A and the M in America. A telltale sign that the coin before them is not ordinary at all. This wide AM phenomenon is one of those happy accidents that define the art of minting. It happened because, during production, the mint accidentally used a reverse die meant for proof coins in the regular business strike process. Proof coins are made with special dies polished to a mirror finish, intended for collectors, not for circulation. These dies often carry small design differences, including that wider spacing. The accidental use of such a die gave birth to one of the most coveted modern varieties of the Lincoln Cent series. And yet, the magic of this coin goes beyond its variety. It's about what it represents, the persistence of a symbol. The Lincoln Cent, by the year 2000, had become something deeply ingrained in the American psyche. It was more than just a unit of currency, it was a piece of national identity. For generations, children saved their first pennies, tossed them into wishing wells, pressed them into train tracks, or carried them for good luck. In that sense, every penny was personal, and the 2000 issue carried that tradition into a new century. But as technology advanced, the value of the penny in everyday transactions began to diminish. People stopped using them as much. Businesses rounded prices up or down. Some even argued that the penny had outlived its usefulness. Yet, paradoxically, that decline in everyday importance only increased the coin's sentimental and collectible value. The 2000 penny, sitting right at the dawn of that transition, became a symbol of nostalgia, a coin from a simpler time when physical money still had a tangible presence in people's lives. In recent years, collectors and treasure hunters have begun paying closer attention to coins from the late 20th and early 21st centuries, realizing that many of them harbor hidden gems. The 2000 penny, once dismissed as too modern to be valuable, is now seen as a bridge between old and new. Its copper-coated surface and zinc core represent a compromise between tradition and economy. Its Lincoln Memorial design is a final salute to a long era before the shield reverse took over in 2010. And its errors, those rare wide AMs, double dies, and off-metal strikes, are now considered some of the most intriguing anomalies of modern coinage. Let's imagine for a moment that you find one. Maybe you're going through a handful of change, and one coin catches your eye. You notice that its surface gleams just a little differently, the strike seems sharper, the letters a touch wider. You hold it under a light, tilt it, and there, between the A and the M, you see that tiny gap. Your heart races. Could it be? Could you be holding one of the most valuable modern coins in your fingers? Even as billions of 2000 pennies circulated across the United States, most people never gave them a second thought. They were used to pay for groceries, parking meters, vending machines, or thrown into jars for future use. Yet, hidden among these billions were coins that would one day capture the attention of the entire numismatic world. It is an extraordinary thought, a coin so small, so seemingly insignificant, could hold stories and values that rival entire collections of gold, silver, or fine art. This duality, the ordinary and the extraordinary coexisting, is precisely what makes the 2000 penny so fascinating. Collectors often say that every coin has a personality. The Lincoln cent is no exception. When examining a 2000 penny under a loupe or microscope, one can notice the subtle nuances in its strike. The way Lincoln's cheekbones are defined, the curve of his collar, the shine on the surface, the tiny grooves along the edge, each feature, no matter how minute, contributes to its identity. And then, when a rare variety is discovered, the coin seems to almost speak to the collector, telling a story that has remained hidden for decades. The significance of the wide AM variety cannot be overstated. On most 2000 pennies, the letters A and M in America are tightly spaced. But on wide AM examples, the gap between them is noticeably larger. It's a detail so small that a casual observer might never notice, but to collectors, it's a doorway to fortune. This anomaly is the result of the accidental use of a proof die during regular production. Proof coins are struck with exceptional care and mirror-like surfaces, typically for collectors only. That a proof die slipped into circulation is a rare accident, a glitch in the otherwise perfectly controlled process of coin minting. It is precisely this type of error that transforms the mundane into the extraordinary. Yet, wide AM is only one of many factors that make the 2000 penny a subject of fascination. Other rare variations include doubled dies, where certain letters or numbers appear doubled due to misalignment of the die during the striking process. Off-center strikes create coins where the image is shifted to one side, producing areas of blank metal that reveal the coin's internal structure. Some pennies even display missing layers of copper plating, exposing the zinc core underneath. Each of these variations is a testament to the complexity and imperfection inherent in mass production. The allure of these coins is not merely academic or aesthetic, it is deeply financial. Coins with the right combination of rarity, error, and condition can fetch astonishing sums. Consider a 2000 wide AM penny in mint condition. It might sell for several $1,000s. A high-grade uncirculated example with a perfect strike could climb into the tens of thousands. And then there is the stuff of legends, the rumored prototype or experimental planchet coins, possibly struck on gold or other exotic metals, with values suggested in the tens of millions. While these coins are unconfirmed and veiled in mystery, the mere possibility keeps collectors searching and bidding at auctions with fervor. Beyond monetary value, the 2000 penny represents continuity. It is a bridge between past and present, linking the early 20th century, when Lincoln first appeared on the cent, to the modern age. Holding one of these coins is like holding a fragment of American history in your hand. It is a reminder that small things can carry immense symbolic weight. The Lincoln penny is more than just metal, it is a cultural artifact, a reflection of values, and a vehicle for stories that span decades. Collectors often recount the thrill of finding a rare coin. The moment when a wide-eyed individual notices that gap between A and M, or spots a doubled die, is electric. It is a quiet, intense discovery. Sometimes the find occurs in a jar of change inherited from a parent, sometimes in a roll purchased at a bank, and occasionally in a forgotten corner of a drawer. Each discovery rewrites the narrative of the coin's journey, from a piece of currency to a coveted collectible. The production process of the 2000 penny also tells an important story. Every coin began as a blank zinc planchet, coated in copper to achieve the traditional reddish hue. These blanks were polished, cleaned, and precisely aligned before being struck in presses capable of exerting thousands of pounds of pressure. Every detail, from Lincoln's face to the columns of the Lincoln Memorial, was reproduced with exacting precision. Yet, amid this precision, human oversight and machine imperfection occasionally created anomalies that would become the treasures of tomorrow. Collectors also pay close attention to toning, the natural discoloration of a coin's surface over time. Depending on storage conditions, a 2000 penny can develop striking colors, deep reds, warm browns, or even purples and blues. Toning is unpredictable, giving each coin a unique character. A coin with rare or beautiful toning can command a premium in the marketplace, sometimes exceeding the value of a non-toned example in similar condition. And then there is the narrative of rarity versus circulation. Out of billions of pennies struck in 2000, only a few carry the wide AM or other rare anomalies. That scarcity drives demand. People are willing to pay high prices not just for the coin itself but for the story it represents, a story of accident, chance, and survival against odds of millions to 1. Some collectors specialize solely in modern eras, searching for anomalies in coins minted after 1980. The 2000 penny has become a centerpiece in such collections, prized for both its potential value and its historical significance. Numismatic societies, coin shows, and online forums buzz with discussions about spotting wide AM varieties, identifying doubled dies, and evaluating mint state grades. Experts provide guidance on how to examine coins without damaging them, often emphasizing magnification, lighting, and careful handling. The mythical $75 million penny looms large in collector mythology. Though no verified public sale has confirmed such a valuation, the speculation alone has fueled interest and discussion. Stories abound of prototypes, experimental strikes, and presentation coins made from alternative metals or special finishes. Even if only a single example exists, its mere rumor has elevated the 2000 penny into the realm of legendary coins, comparable to historical rarities like the 1943 copper cent or the 1933 double eagle gold coin. Beyond the financial and historical aspects, the 2000 penny also embodies the intersection of chance and human experience. Every coin passes through countless hands, each interaction leaving tiny marks, scratches, and impressions. These imperfections are a record of life itself, from a child's first piggy bank to a commuter's pocket change. When a rare variety is discovered, it carries not just minting history but a human narrative, the journeys, transactions, and events it has silently witnessed over decades. Even the most mundane aspects of the 2000 penny are filled with fascination. Its 2.5-gram weight, 19.05 mm diameter, and smooth edges are the results of meticulous design choices aimed at consistency and durability. Its copper coating over zinc was a compromise between traditional appearance and cost efficiency, allowing billions of coins to be produced economically while retaining the familiar look and feel that generations had come to expect. Yet, within these standards, anomalies occasionally occurred, producing variations that are now priceless in the eyes of collectors. Moreover, the 2000 penny marks a transitional era in American coinage. As the 21st century unfolded, discussions began about the utility of the penny itself, with debates over its cost of production versus face value. Some argued for elimination, while others defended its symbolic and practical role. Amid this uncertainty, the coins minted in 2000 became symbolic artifacts, reminders of the past, markers of change, and potential harbingers of future rarity. Collectors often reflect on the excitement of hunting for such coins. There is a thrill unique to searching through boxes, rolls, or jars, looking for subtle differences invisible to most. The satisfaction of spotting a wide AM or other anomaly is compounded by the understanding that the coin in hand could be worth thousands, or even millions. Each discovery reinforces the magic of collecting, the way ordinary objects can transform into extraordinary treasures through rarity, circumstance, and human fascination. By the year 2000, the Lincoln Memorial cent had been circulating for over 4 decades with its iconic reverse design. Yet, the sheer volume of production that year, billions of coins struck across multiple mints, did not prevent rare variations from emerging. For collectors, the thrill lies in these anomalies, the unexpected deviations that turn a seemingly ordinary penny into an object of immense fascination and, potentially, astronomical value. These variations exist because the minting process, while highly precise, is still subject to subtle errors and chance occurrences that can transform the mundane into the extraordinary. The wide AM variety is perhaps the most famous of these anomalies, but it's only one chapter in the story. Doubled dies, off-center strikes, brockages, and missing copper layers all provide fertile ground for collectors to explore. In a doubled die, the image on the coin appears duplicated or shadowed, caused by misalignment during die creation. This creates a unique visual effect, often most noticeable on the date, or the letters in Liberty. Off-center strikes occur when the planchet is misaligned under the die during striking, leaving part of the coin blank. Blockages happen when a coin sticks to a die and impresses its reverse or obverse design onto the next blank. Missing copper layers reveal the zinc core, producing a striking two-tone appearance. Each of these variations tells a story about the complex interplay between machinery, metal, and chance. It's remarkable to think that a coin as small as a penny can contain so much information. Beyond its monetary face value, it serves as a record of technological processes, craftsmanship, and even human error. Numismatists use microscopes, magnifying glasses, and other specialized tools to examine these subtle details. They analyze the spacing between letters, the depth of strikes, and even the reflectivity of the metal's surface. A coin may appear ordinary to the casual observer, but under careful scrutiny, hidden anomalies can reveal themselves, turning the ordinary penny into an extraordinary find. The 2000 penny also represents a historical intersection. It was minted at the turn of a millennium, a time of anticipation, uncertainty, and excitement. The year 2000 marked the dawn of the digital age, yet coins like the Lincoln cent remained rooted in tradition. People continued to use physical currency, unaware that certain coins would one day be valued far beyond their nominal worth. It is fascinating to imagine that a coin from this era, held in someone's hand during routine transactions, could eventually become a coveted collectible, a bridge between the familiar everyday and the rare extraordinary. Condition remains a critical factor in determining the value of any coin. Collectors pay close attention to grading, which measures the quality and preservation of the coin. The scale ranges from poor, P1, to mint state 70, MS 70, with intermediate grades capturing subtle differences in wear, luster, and strike sharpness. A 2000 penny in circulation may show scratches, worn edges, or fading detail, while an uncirculated specimen maintains the original sharpness and color of the minting process. Wide AM coins in high mint state condition are particularly sought after, often commanding thousands of dollars in private sales and auctions. The notion of the mythical $75 million penny, though unverified, has captured the imagination of collectors worldwide. Rumors suggest it could be a unique specimen struck on a rare or experimental planchet, possibly gold or another exotic metal, with special minting characteristics that make it truly one of a kind. Whether it exists or not, the legend fuels the excitement surrounding 2000 pennies, motivating collectors to examine every coin they encounter for subtle anomalies. Even the smallest chance of discovering such a piece is enough to inspire thousands of hours of meticulous searching. Collectors often describe the experience as both thrilling and meditative. Rolling through banks' penny rolls, searching jars inherited from family members, or examining coins found in circulation becomes a ritual, a careful and patient investigation. When a rare anomaly is spotted, the moment is electric. The excitement comes not only from potential monetary gain but from the connection to history, the satisfaction of discovery, and the realization that the coin in one's hand may be extraordinarily rare. The story of the 2000 penny is also a story of human ingenuity and industrial achievement. Minting billions of coins with precision requires complex machinery, careful planning, and rigorous quality control. Yet, despite all the care, subtle errors emerge, small accidents that later become prized. This interplay between precision and imperfection is part of the magic. Each anomaly is a window into the production process and a reminder that even in a system designed for exactitude, chance and error can create wonder. One of the reasons collectors are so captivated by modern coins like the 2000 penny is that they are still accessible yet can contain extraordinary rarity. Unlike centuries-old coins, which may require archaeological excavation or acquisition from high-profile auctions, 2000 pennies exist in abundance. Their accessibility allows collectors to hunt for errors, examine variations, and learn numismatic skills in real time. The thrill is amplified by the possibility that hidden among the billions of ordinary coins is a piece of unmatched rarity, possibly worth millions. In addition to minting errors, environmental factors contribute to a coin's uniqueness. Pennies handled extensively may develop unique wear patterns, discoloration, or toning. Exposure to heat, moisture, or chemicals can create patinas or unusual coloration, enhancing visual appeal. A coin's story is embedded not only in its design but in the physical marks it acquires over time, scratches, dings, and subtle abrasions become part of its character, providing insight into its journey through countless hands. The 2000 penny also represents a transitional moment in U.S. coinage. By the turn of the millennium, debates had begun regarding the practical utility of the penny, as its cost of production exceeded its face value. The continued circulation of coins like the 2000 Lincoln cent captured the tension between tradition and practicality. It remained a cultural icon, even as its everyday use was declining. For collectors, this transitional significance adds another layer of meaning to the coin's story. Beyond the wide AM variety and known minting anomalies, collectors continue to investigate the possibility of even more extraordinary variations. There are whispers of coins struck on alternative planchets, experimental finishes, or presentation strikes that were never released into general circulation. Some of these coins may be in private collections, their existence known only to a select few. The combination of rarity, historical significance, and potential market value makes the 2000 penny a compelling subject for both amateur and professional numismatists. The process of collecting these coins is a journey of patience and discovery. It requires careful examination, study of die varieties, and familiarity with minting processes. Collectors must learn to identify subtle differences in lettering, spacing, strike depth, and surface quality. Online databases, forums, and auction records provide invaluable resources, yet nothing replaces the hands-on experience of examining the coin itself. Each discovery contributes to a broader understanding of modern minting and the anomalies that arise within it. The 2000 penny is also a study in the psychology of value. People assign meaning to objects based not solely on material, but on rarity, story, and significance. A 1-cent coin, if ordinary, is nearly worthless beyond its face value. Yet, with a rare error or anomaly, it can become a treasure worth thousands or even millions. This phenomenon underscores how human perception transforms ordinary objects into extraordinary artifacts. Even today, collectors worldwide continue to seek 2000 pennies, hoping to find wide AM varieties, doubled dies, off-center strikes, or other anomalies. The hunt is both challenging and exhilarating, fueled by the knowledge that a single discovery could dramatically alter a collection, or even change the life of the finder. The stories of people discovering valuable coins in jars, rolls, or circulation inspire continued interest and passion for modern numismatics. The fascination with the 2000 penny extends beyond its physical characteristics into the stories and legends that have grown around it. Every collector knows that the excitement is as much about possibility as reality. The myth of the $75 million coin, while unverified, adds a sense of adventure and intrigue to the hunt. It is this combination of tangible history and intangible legend that gives the 2000 penny its enduring appeal. For many, the chase is just as thrilling as the reward. Consider the journey of a coin through time. A 2000 penny, minted in Philadelphia or Denver, might start its life in a bank bag, distributed to cash registers across the country. It could pass through the hands of tens or hundreds of people, each transaction leaving imperceptible traces, microscopic scratches, faint fingerprints, tiny pressure marks from coins stacked together. Over time, some coins become worn and ordinary, while others retain their pristine surfaces, either through careful storage or sheer luck. It is these surviving specimens, particularly those with rare variations, that hold immense value. Wide AM varieties, for instance, are particularly coveted because they are rare and identifiable. Even a small gap between the letters A and M in America can signify a coin worth thousands. The importance of small details is amplified by the scale of production. Billions of pennies were minted in 2000, yet only a tiny fraction contains these anomalies. For a collector, discovering one is akin to finding a needle in a haystack, a reward for patience, diligence, and attention to detail. But the intrigue doesn't stop there. Some 2000 pennies have been discovered with unusual toning patterns, which occur due to chemical reactions over time. These color variations, which can include rich reds, deep browns, and even hints of purple or blue, add aesthetic appeal and sometimes increase value. Each toned coin is unique, a visual fingerprint of its journey through circulation and storage. A collector holding a beautifully toned 2000 penny is not merely holding currency. They are holding a tiny work of art shaped by history, chemistry, and chance. Another layer of fascination comes from the off-center strikes, brockages, and missing copper layers. Off-center strikes occur when the planchet is misaligned under the die during production, creating a coin with part of the design missing. Brockages happen when a coin sticks to the die and impresses its design onto another blank, producing a mirrored image. Missing copper layers reveal the zinc core beneath the traditional copper plating. Each of these variations tells a story about the minting process, and when preserved in high-quality condition, they are among the most collectible modern coins. Numismatists have documented these anomalies meticulously, comparing coins across collections, mint records, and auction results. There are specialized guides and databases dedicated solely to modern Lincoln cents, providing information on die varieties, mint marks, and pricing trends. The 2000 penny, with its anomalies and high circulation, has become a cornerstone of these studies. Collectors invest time, resources, and expertise to identify, grade, and authenticate coins, knowing that a single discovery can change the course of a collection. The role of professional grading services, such as PCGS and NGC, cannot be overstated. These organizations evaluate coins for authenticity, strike quality, and condition, assigning numerical grades that guide the market. A 2000 wide AM penny graded MS68 or MS69 can command a significantly higher price than an ungraded example. Grading adds confidence for both buyers and sellers, ensuring that the coin's rarity and quality are accurately represented in the marketplace. The story of the 2000 penny is also one of human imagination. From backyard collectors sorting jars of coins to professional numismatists analyzing microscopic details, people are drawn into the mystery of what a single penny might hold. Even the rumored $75 million coin fuels this imagination, inspiring collectors to dream big. Stories circulate about coins struck on gold planchets, proof-like finishes, or experimental metals, coins that may exist in private collections or remain hidden in vaults, waiting to be rediscovered. Collectors often recount the thrill of discovery, the sudden recognition of an anomaly, the realization that a coin is rarer than imagined, the anticipation of grading and verification. The emotional impact of holding a coin that is both beautiful and historically significant is profound. For many, it is not just a financial investment but a deeply personal experience, connecting them to history, craft, and the excitement of possibility. The 2000 penny also represents a period of transition in American coinage. By the turn of the millennium, the practicality of the penny was under debate. Production costs were rising, and its everyday utility was diminishing. Yet the Lincoln cent remained a cultural and historical touchstone, a familiar artifact that bridged the past and the future. Its continued circulation allowed anomalies to persist, giving collectors the opportunity to find treasures in what many considered mundane. Technological advances have enhanced the study and collection of modern pennies. Magnification tools, digital imaging, and even spectroscopy allow collectors to examine surface detail, metal composition, and minting characteristics with unprecedented precision. These tools reveal subtleties invisible to the naked eye, from minute doubling in letters to faint differences in die polishing. The 2000 penny, with its anomalies and variations, benefits from such scrutiny, allowing collectors to differentiate ordinary coins from those of exceptional interest. The coin's design itself remains timeless. Abraham Lincoln's portrait, with its thoughtful expression and meticulous detailing, continues to command attention. The Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side, a symbol of perseverance and democracy, serves as a reminder of American values and history. Each coin, no matter its condition, carries this symbolism, linking collectors not only to the minting process but to the nation's broader story. Moreover, the narrative of rarity and value highlights the unpredictable nature of collecting. Out of billions of 2000 pennies, only a select few are considered exceptional. This scarcity, combined with historical context and potential anomalies, drives demand. Collectors understand that finding a rare 2000 penny is not guaranteed, making the pursuit itself a journey of discovery, patience, and satisfaction. The allure of the 2000 penny extends to online communities and social networks. Collectors share photographs, exchange insights, and discuss recent finds. Forums buzz with debates over the authenticity of coins, the existence of rumored specimens, and best practices for storage and grading. This community engagement keeps the legend alive, allowing knowledge and excitement to circulate alongside the coins themselves. Every 2000 penny is a testament to human creativity, precision, and imperfection. While billions were struck with meticulous care, anomalies emerged, creating opportunities for discovery and excitement. From wide AM varieties to off-center strikes, doubled dies, and unusual toning, each coin carries a story. Even the most ordinary example holds historical significance, serving as a snapshot of American coinage at the turn of the millennium. Collectors often describe the process as meditative. Sorting through rolls, examining details, and cataloging findings becomes a ritual. Each step deepens understanding, hones observational skills, and strengthens the connection to history. The 2000 penny, with its combination of widespread circulation and rare anomalies, is ideal for such a pursuit, offering both accessibility and potential for extraordinary discovery. And then there is the magic of speculation. The rumored $75 million penny, though unconfirmed, inspires collectors to keep looking, learning, and sharing. Even if such a coin has never been publicly documented, the possibility alone keeps imaginations alive. It serves as a reminder that history is not always fully known, and that treasures can still emerge from the ordinary. The 2000 penny is a coin that transcends mere currency. It embodies history, artistry, and human curiosity, all pressed into a small, copper-coated disc barely 19 millimeters across. While its face value is 1 cent, its significance to collectors and numismatists is exponentially greater. The fascination comes not only from its potential monetary worth but also from the narrative of chance, human error, and meticulous design that surrounds it. Each coin tells a story, but some stories are hidden in subtle details, waiting for someone to discover them. Take, for instance, the concept of provenance. Provenance is the documented history of a coin, where it came from, who owned it, and how it passed through the years. For modern coins like the 2000 penny, provenance can be surprisingly important. A coin once held in a prominent collection or mentioned in a rare coin publication gains extra allure. Even circulation coins, when traced to an unusual origin, a donation box, a bank collection, or a hoard of unsearched rolls, acquire a layer of mystique that makes them even more desirable. Collectors are often drawn to anomalies because they embody unpredictability. The wide AM variety is an excellent example. While billions of 2000 pennies were produced, only a fraction exhibit this subtle spacing difference between the letters A and M in America. To a casual observer, this might seem insignificant, but for a collector, it can define the difference between a worthless penny and a coin worth thousands of dollars. The excitement comes from the hunt, searching through rolls, jars, and drawers, hoping to encounter one of these rare gems. But rarity is only part of the story. Condition matters immensely. A coin in pristine, uncirculated condition commands significantly higher prices than one worn by circulation. Grading, the process by which experts evaluate a coin's quality, is essential for establishing value. Professional services like PCGS and NGC provide standardized grading scales, from poor to mint state 70, assessing wear, luster, strike sharpness, and overall eye appeal. A 2000 wide AM penny graded MS68 or MS69 can sell for tens of thousands of dollars, whereas a circulated example might only fetch a few dollars. Beyond grading and anomalies, collectors are captivated by the artistic and historical elements of the coin. Abraham Lincoln's portrait, carefully engraved by Victor David Brenner, captures a sense of dignity and reflection. The reverse, featuring the Lincoln Memorial, provides intricate detail that continues to impress even decades after its creation. Every ridge of the columns, every leaf in the sculpted landscape, every engraved word contributes to a sense of craftsmanship rarely found in everyday objects. The magic of the 2000 penny is amplified by its intersection with myth. The legendary $75 million penny, possibly struck on a rare planchet or experimental metal, fuels speculation and imagination. Whether it exists or is simply a tale passed among collectors, the story adds layers of intrigue to the coin. The possibility that a single penny could surpass entire art collections or estates in value is captivating. It's a reminder that rarity and circumstance can transform the most ordinary objects into treasures beyond measure. Collectors also marvel at the technical aspects of coin production. The 2000 penny begins as a zinc planchet, coated in copper to achieve the familiar reddish hue. This planchet is polished, cleaned, and precisely aligned before being struck in presses capable of exerting thousands of pounds of pressure. Each strike produces a precise impression of Lincoln's portrait and the Lincoln Memorial. Yet even in this highly controlled environment, errors occur: off-center strikes, doubled dies, brockages, and missing copper layers. These errors, once considered flaws, are now prized by collectors as rare and valuable anomalies. Toning is another feature that adds to the coin's allure. Over time, exposure to air, moisture, and handling can produce colors ranging from subtle brown to vibrant red, orange, or even rainbow-like hues. A beautifully toned 2000 penny can attract collectors' attention for its aesthetic appeal alone. Each toned coin is unique, a visual story of time, environment, and circulation, enhancing its character and potentially its market value. The 2000 penny also serves as a historical marker. Minted at the turn of the millennium, it represents a period of technological and cultural transition. People were becoming increasingly reliant on digital systems, yet physical currency remained essential. Amid discussions of phasing out the penny due to production costs exceeding face value, the 2000 Lincoln cent continued to circulate, bridging old traditions with new realities. This moment of transition adds historical depth to the coin, making it more than just a collectible. It is a symbol of a changing era. Numismatic communities play a significant role in the coin's story. Collectors share discoveries, study anomalies, and debate the existence of rumored specimens. Online forums, coin shows, and publications foster knowledge and excitement, creating a global network of enthusiasts. Tips on spotting wide AM varieties, identifying doubled dies, and grading coins circulate widely, encouraging meticulous study and careful observation. Every conversation, photograph, or discovery contributes to the evolving narrative surrounding the 2000 penny. The 2000 penny's rarity, aesthetic appeal, and historical context combine to make it a coveted piece in modern numismatics. While the coin may seem ordinary in circulation, its true value is unlocked through careful examination, knowledge of minting processes, and recognition of subtle anomalies. Each wide AM, doubled die, or off-center strike is a testament to the unpredictability and fascination inherent in coin production. Collectors often recount the thrill of discovery, the sudden recognition of a rare feature, the careful comparison with reference guides, the anticipation of authentication and grading. This excitement is deeply personal, connecting the collector to history, artistry, and the broader world of numismatics. A single coin can spark years of study, travel, and conversation, highlighting the enduring appeal of collecting as both hobby and scholarship. The 2000 penny also illustrates the intersection of chance and human endeavor. Even with billions minted under strict quality control, only a few anomalies emerge. The precise combination of timing, die use, and minting circumstances that produces a wide AM, a doubled die, or other variations is almost miraculous. These coins are reminders that even in highly controlled systems, chance creates moments of extraordinary value. Moreover, the emotional impact of discovering a rare coin is profound. Collectors describe feelings of awe, excitement, and accomplishment when identifying anomalies. The discovery of a wide AM or other rare variant validates hours of effort, attention, and patience. It also connects collectors to a lineage of numismatists who have appreciated, studied, and preserved coins for generations. Finally, the 2000 penny exemplifies the broader appeal of coins as historical artifacts. Beyond monetary value, they capture the artistry, technology, and culture of their era. They serve as tangible links to the past, reflecting the ingenuity and craftsmanship of the U.S. Mint, the symbolism of Abraham Lincoln, and the subtle stories hidden within millions of circulating coins. Each coin, ordinary or rare, is a piece of history, a fragment of artistry, and a potential treasure. The story of the 2000 penny is also a story of human patience and dedication. Collectors often spend countless hours sorting through rolls of coins, examining each penny for subtle details that might indicate an anomaly. The process requires focus, careful observation, and an almost meditative attention to detail. To the untrained eye, each coin appears identical, yet a seasoned numismatist can identify variations in spacing, strike depth, and design precision that signal rare and valuable specimens. The wide AM variety, in particular, has captivated collectors for decades. While ordinary 2000 pennies display a standard spacing between the letters A and M in America, wide AM examples exhibit a noticeably larger gap. This subtle difference is enough to transform a common penny into a collectible worth thousands of dollars. The rarity of these coins stems from the accidental use of a proof die in regular circulation, a minting anomaly that was never intended to reach the public but slipped through due to the immense scale of production. Beyond wide AM, other anomalies contribute to the fascination surrounding the 2000 penny. Doubled dies, for instance, occur when the die used to strike the coin has a misaligned impression, resulting in letters or numbers appearing duplicated or shadowed. Off-center strikes produce coins where the design is shifted, leaving part of the coin blank, while blockage occur when a coin sticks to a die and impresses its image onto another blank. Missing copper layers reveal the underlying zinc core, producing a dramatic visual contrast. Each of these errors is a glimpse into the complexity of minting and a reminder that even the most controlled processes are susceptible to human and mechanical variation. Collectors also value the aesthetic qualities of these coins. Over time, exposure to environmental factors such as air, moisture, and handling can produce natural toning, creating unique color patterns on the coin's surface. These variations can range from deep reds and rich browns to subtle purples, blues, or iridescent hues. The uniqueness of toned coins adds to their desirability, with collectors seeking specimens that display both rarity and visual appeal. Each toning pattern tells a story of time, circulation, and care, further enhancing the coin's narrative. The 2000 penny occupies a unique position in American numismatics because it straddles the line between modern and historical coinage. It is recent enough to be widely available, yet rare enough to contain anomalies that elevate its significance. Collectors appreciate the accessibility of these coins, knowing that a single find could dramatically enhance a collection. This combination of availability and potential rarity makes the 2000 penny an ideal subject for both new and experienced collectors. The myth of the $75 million penny adds a layer of intrigue and imagination to the story. Though unverified, the legend suggests a coin struck on a rare planchet or with experimental characteristics that could make it truly one of a kind. Even the possibility of such a coin existing fuels research, speculation, and diligent searching. Collectors study mint records, auction results, and historical documentation, hoping to uncover clues that might lead them to this legendary specimen. The narrative of a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered adds excitement and mystique to an already compelling story. Professional grading services play a critical role in establishing the authenticity and value of 2000 pennies. Organizations such as PCGS and NGC provide standardized grading scales, evaluating coins for strike quality, wear, luster, and overall eye appeal. Graded coins command higher prices in the market because collectors have confidence in their authenticity and condition. A wide AM penny graded MS68 or higher can fetch tens of thousands of dollars, while ungraded or circulated examples are valued significantly lower. Grading ensures that rare coins are recognized and properly appreciated. The historical context of the 2000 penny also enhances its significance. Minted at the turn of the millennium, it represents a moment of transition in American currency. Discussions about phasing out the penny due to production costs had already begun, yet the Lincoln cent continued to circulate, embodying both tradition and continuity. Its design, featuring Lincoln's portrait and the Lincoln Memorial, connects modern collectors to over a century of American coinage and history. Each coin carries not only its own story but also the legacy of the minting process and the broader culture of its time. Collectors are drawn to the 2000 penny for both its financial and emotional appeal. The excitement of identifying anomalies, the beauty of toning, the thrill of a rare find, all contribute to a deeply satisfying experience. For many, collecting these coins is not just a hobby but a passion, an ongoing journey of discovery and learning. Each coin examined, whether ordinary or rare, adds to the collector's understanding of minting processes, historical context, and market dynamics. The 2000 penny also demonstrates the unpredictable nature of collecting. Out of billions produced, only a small fraction contain anomalies that make them valuable. This scarcity creates a sense of urgency and anticipation among collectors. Every roll opened, every jar examined, is a chance to uncover a treasure. The rarity and unpredictability of these finds make the pursuit endlessly engaging and rewarding. Furthermore, the 2000 penny highlights the intersection of art, history, and technology. Abraham Lincoln's portrait, engraved with meticulous care, conveys dignity and reflection. The Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side showcases architectural precision and symbolic significance. Each coin reflects the craftsmanship of the mint, the technological achievements of the era, and the cultural importance of Lincoln as an enduring figure in American history. The coin becomes a miniature canvas, capturing artistry, engineering, and historical narrative in a single, tangible object. Numismatic communities play a vital role in preserving and sharing knowledge about the 2000 penny. Collectors exchange photographs, verify anomalies, and discuss grading standards. Online forums, social media groups, and coin shows facilitate the dissemination of information and foster a sense of camaraderie among enthusiasts. Every conversation, post, or observation contributes to the collective understanding of this coin and its anomalies, creating a living narrative that continues to evolve with each discovery. The 2000 penny, with its anomalies and potential for high value, exemplifies the magic of coin collecting. It illustrates how ordinary objects can hold extraordinary significance when examined with care, knowledge, and curiosity. Whether it is a wide AM, an off-center strike, a doubled die, or a beautifully toned specimen, each coin is a testament to the unpredictability and fascination inherent in minting processes. Collectors describe the process of finding these coins as both exciting and meditative. Sorting through rolls, examining coins under magnification, and comparing them with reference materials requires patience, attention to detail, and an appreciation for nuance. When a rare coin is identified, the sense of accomplishment is profound. It validates hours of effort and provides a tangible connection to history, artistry, and human ingenuity. Finally, the 2000 penny represents a broader truth about collecting. The value of an object is not always intrinsic. A small, seemingly insignificant coin can become priceless through rarity, story, and context. Each 2000 penny, whether ordinary or extraordinary, carries with it history, art, and the potential for discovery. It is a reminder that treasures often exist where we least expect them, and that the smallest objects can hold the greatest significance. Now imagine this: you're holding a roll of pennies, perhaps inherited from a family jar, or maybe freshly acquired from a bank. You begin examining each coin with a magnifying glass, flipping them under the light, inspecting every detail. Suddenly your heart skips a beat. That subtle difference, the wider spacing between the A and M in America, catches your eye. Could it be? Are you holding a wide AM? A coin that could be worth thousands? The thrill is immediate, tangible, almost electric. Engagement with the 2000 penny isn't just about monetary value, it's about participation in a story that spans decades. When you discover an anomaly, you are not just collecting a coin, you are becoming part of its history. Every scratch, every toning mark, every subtle minting variance is a whisper from the past, telling the story of its creation, circulation, and survival. Imagine the journey that coin has taken, struck at the Philadelphia or Denver Mint, carried in pockets, dropped into piggy banks, possibly forgotten in drawers, and now resting in your hand, ready to reveal its secrets. Think about the excitement of sharing your find with the world. Numismatic communities thrive on these discoveries. Online forums, social media groups, and coin shows are filled with collectors discussing wide AMs, doubled dies, off-center strikes, and unusual toning. Imagine posting a photo of your coin and receiving confirmation that you've discovered a rare piece. The thrill of that recognition, the camaraderie of fellow collectors, and the knowledge that your coin has a story worth sharing, that's the engagement that makes collecting modern pennies so captivating. Even if you don't have a wide AM in your collection, engagement comes through knowledge and exploration. Learning to identify anomalies, studying minting techniques, understanding grading, and comparing coins with reference materials creates a connection between you and the history embedded in each penny. Every coin becomes a teacher, every discovery a lesson. The 2000 penny, ordinary to most, transforms into a portal through which you explore history, artistry, and chance. Imagine attending a coin show. Tables lined with pennies, dimes, quarters, and rare commemoratives, each coin carrying a unique story. Collectors examining coins through magnifying lenses, sharing insights, debating the authenticity and rarity of each specimen. In this environment, the 2000 penny becomes a hero of modern numismatics. Wide AMs are discussed with reverence, rarities admired, and even subtle toning differences analyzed with meticulous care. The excitement of discovery, the shared knowledge, and the thrill of the hunt create an experience that is as engaging as it is educational. Engagement also comes from imagining the legendary possibilities. The rumored $75 million penny may never be publicly seen, but its story inspires collectors worldwide. The very idea that a single penny could hold such immense value encourages curiosity, speculation, and exploration. Every roll of coins becomes an opportunity, every jar a potential treasure chest, every overlooked penny a candidate for discovery. The 2000 penny transforms from ordinary currency into a symbol of adventure and imagination. And consider the intergenerational aspect. A coin found in a parent's collection or a grandparent's jar links you to their story, their time, their era. Perhaps they never realized the coin's rarity. Perhaps it passed unnoticed in circulation. When you discover its potential, you are not only engaging with the coin but with history and family heritage. Each find becomes a narrative bridge between past and present, ordinary and extraordinary. The engagement isn't limited to physical discovery. Online platforms have transformed the way collectors interact with the 2000 penny. High-resolution photos, video walkthroughs, and auction results allow anyone, anywhere, to participate in the excitement. You can analyze coins virtually, learn from experts, and even connect with collectors across continents. The coin's story becomes a shared experience, and the thrill of discovery extends beyond personal collection into a global community. Even casual collectors can engage with this story. Perhaps you check a roll of pennies while waiting in line at a store. Perhaps you examine the coins that come as change. Every interaction becomes a moment of possibility. That ordinary penny in your hand might be a wide AM or a rare error. The potential for discovery turns everyday transactions into moments of anticipation and excitement. Engagement is also about understanding the deeper lessons coins teach. The 2000 penny is a reminder that rarity and value are often hidden in plain sight. That precision and error coexist, and that human curiosity drives exploration. By studying, collecting, and sharing these coins, you participate in a tradition that spans generations, connecting with history in a tangible and meaningful way. So, imagine yourself holding a 2000 penny today. You don't yet know if it is ordinary or extraordinary. You turn it over, examine Lincoln's profile, study the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, look closely at the letters in America, and consider its journey through time. In that moment, you are part of the story, part of a community of collectors, enthusiasts, and historians who recognize that even the smallest coin can carry immense significance. The engagement is immediate, personal, and unforgettable. Whether through physical discovery, scholarly study, or participation in online communities, the 2000 penny invites you to engage. It challenges you to look closer, think deeper, and appreciate the intricate artistry, history, and chance embedded in a tiny piece of metal. Every roll of pennies, every jar of change, every coin show presents an opportunity for engagement. The 2000 penny reminds us that exploration, curiosity, and wonder are timeless, and that even the most ordinary objects can hold extraordinary stories waiting to be discovered. As we reach the end of this journey, it's clear that the 2000 penny is far more than a simple 1-cent coin. It is a symbol of history, artistry, chance, and human curiosity. From the moment it was struck at the mint, it began a journey through countless hands, lives, and stories, some ordinary, others extraordinary. It is a coin that reminds us that even the smallest objects can carry immense significance when examined with care and attention. The 2000 penny story is a blend of precision and unpredictability. While billions were minted under strict control, anomalies emerged: wide AM varieties, doubled dies, off-center strikes, missing copper layers, and unique toning, transforming ordinary pennies into coveted treasures. Each of these anomalies holds not only financial value but a narrative, a glimpse into the intricacies of minting and the subtle interplay of human and mechanical factors. These coins invite collectors to explore, discover, and connect with history in a tangible way. Beyond its technical and collectible appeal, the 2000 penny is also a story of imagination and possibility. The legendary $75 million penny, whether real or myth, fuels dreams and inspires investigation. It reminds collectors that hidden treasures can exist even in the most familiar places, and that curiosity and persistence are often rewarded. The coin encourages us to look closer, question assumptions, and appreciate the unexpected marvels hidden in the everyday. Collecting the 2000 penny is not just a pursuit of wealth, it is a pursuit of knowledge, connection, and discovery. Each coin examined becomes a teacher, revealing insights about history, design, metallurgy, and human creativity. Each rare find becomes a bridge to the past, linking us to the artisans, mint workers, and collectors who interacted with the coin across time. It is a tangible reminder that history is not abstract. It lives in the objects we hold, study, and preserve. The emotional journey of the collector is equally compelling. The thrill of spotting an anomaly, the satisfaction of verifying its rarity, the joy of sharing discoveries with a global community. These experiences create memories and connections that transcend the coin itself. The 2000 penny becomes a vessel for stories, both personal and communal, bridging generations and continents. Even the smallest scratch or tone becomes part of a narrative, a testament to its journey and endurance. In the broader context, the 2000 penny exemplifies the beauty of numismatics. It teaches us patience, attention to detail, and appreciation for craftsmanship. It reminds us that value is not always intrinsic, and that the extraordinary can emerge from the ordinary when we look closely enough. Whether for financial reward, historical curiosity, or sheer fascination, the 2000 penny continues to captivate collectors and enthusiasts around the world. So, as you hold the 2000 penny in your hand, whether it's a common example from circulation or a rare wide AM anomaly, remember that you are holding more than metal. You are holding history, artistry, chance, and potential. You are part of a story that began at the mint, traveled through countless lives, and now continues through your eyes and hands. Every detail, every nuance, and every subtle variation carries meaning, value, and the promise of discovery. In the end, the 2000 penny is a testament to the power of curiosity. It challenges us to examine the ordinary, seek the extraordinary, and appreciate the layers of meaning in the world around us. It reminds us that treasures are not always hidden in distant lands or behind locked doors. Sometimes they are found in the pockets, jars, and rolls we overlook every day. And it inspires us to keep searching, learning, and connecting, knowing that even the smallest coin can hold stories, lessons, and wonders beyond measure. As we close this exploration, the legacy of the 2000 penny endures. It remains a symbol of history, discovery, and human fascination, a coin that, despite its modest face value, teaches us that the extraordinary often lies hidden within the ordinary, waiting to be found. And for collectors, enthusiasts, and dreamers alike, the adventure continues, one coin at a time.